Hello folks, Carport Carl back. Still working on the Saturn. What I have done, and I'll go back through and make another video on this, is I have replaced the lower control arms on both sides. Also replaced axle on both sides. Those were bad. I didn't get a full video catch on those, so I'll go back through and show what I did. Probably should have showed them more hands-on. In this case, I've got this crack here in this fender that I'm looking at fixing. So if I can get the fender off, I'm going to replace it with one out of the junkyard. If not, then I'll Bondo it. So I'm working on getting the fender off. There's a couple of screws I've taken out over here. I've taken them out off the headlight and down inside here. Once I get this wheel well part out and I get all the screws out, I'm concerned about two weird rivet-looking things here. They may just come off the fender, or they may be holding the fender onto the body. I can't tell. And the Chevy dealer couldn't tell me, because Chevy, of course, has taken over support, at least here in Arizona. Over support of Saturn cars since General Motors shut those down. I'll make comments on that later. But anyway, I'm trying to get the fender off, so my son's going to videotape some of this and stop and start as he needs to. So, enjoy. Right, folks, Carport Carl back here again, still working on this fender. There's two body fastening type fasteners. You use this kind of tool to get them out, that are up underneath here. One is up high, up here. The other one is down here where I'm trying to find it, and it's difficult because this tire, there's not a lot of room here. And it's right here behind this tire, if you can see where I'm working from. You get an idea how difficult it is to get to it. So, son, back up. I need some room. You're going to have to work the camera from a different angle.
Okay.
Alright, I got that loose. Now I should be able to get it loose with the upholstery tool. Now it's a little difficult because of the shape of this tool. It's got that natural bend to it. So actually I'm able to do it. Oh, perfect. It's one of these. It's kind of Saturn specific. I've not seen these on before. I'm used to General Motors products like Chevy, where the fastener is a single head and it's got like spirals around it. This is a type where the head inserts and it locks it. So before you pull it out, you... crap, that one broke. I'm going to have to buy new ones. And I got them at the Chevy dealership here in the Phoenix area. They're about $1 a piece. But anyway, I'll replace that. But that's what I just got out. And I need to see if I got them all out so I can pull the panel out. Basically, it's the inside wheel well. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's try it. Ah, there it is. It's a matter of getting this out from behind the fender. And if I can get this to come down... It's weird right here. The lip on this side appears to be on top of the fender, and then up here it seems to be on the other side of the fender, so I'm a little concerned about whether or not it's actually going to come out easily or not. And I feel like something else is still holding it over here. Oh! One more. Oh, that's a screw. It's a little nut. I can't find my 7mm socket, so I'm going to use this open-end adjustable end wrench. On this fender, there is a 10mm bolt I took out in this area here. There's also one up here under. You have to have the trunk lid open. There's one about right here that's actually upside down, so the bolt's going this way, that I have to pull out for this fender to loosen. So I got my small socket wrench in here. I think it's 3/8" drive with a 10mm bolt. And actually, I think I've loosened it enough. I've got to actually do it manually now. Yep, here it comes. Here she comes. Almost got, oh, there she goes. There it is. A little bit different looking. And it was mounted in there like this. So just to let you know. Thanks. Okay, it looks like it wants to come out in two halves, actually. And they've got like little resets right here that it's sitting in. So I should be able to pop that out somehow. maybe it'd be easier to take the tire out. I don't know. This is a trusty little light my wife gave me for my, what was it, birthday or Father's Day? I can't remember what it was now.
Father's Day.
Oh yeah, that's right. I got it early, didn't I?
Yep, early Father's Day present.
Alright, let's see if this will come out. Oh, come on. You pile of crap. Pardon my expression, folks. But this is the joys of auto repair. Sometimes things don't go the way you thought they would.
If you can't see, folks, he's trying to pull it back.
That's it. Right here where there's the little recessed tip, you basically got to catch it with your thumb. Where'd it go? There it is. If I can catch it there and push it up. Oh, crap. I think I may have broken that one. Yep. Anyway, got it out.
Ta-da!
And did I crack it? Just a little bit. I cracked it right there, so that's what the pop sound was. I was worried about this. These basically have to push in, and that'll get it out of the fender well. Alrighty, let me set that down. Alright folks, I got the fender unbolted, and when I pulled it off the body, I ran into this. Didn't know it was there. Let's take a look. What I've got is, if you notice, this piece of white thing right here, see this here? You got it on the camera? This round thing was within this body part here. So that was still holding it on the body, and I had to kind of maneuver that around. Come over here at the camera, please. Down here is also two inserts. If you notice that little tip right there, that one and that one have to be lubricated and slide over just about an inch. If you notice there's like a groove there, they have to slide over. Ooh, my taste WD-40. Not that I got any in my mouth, but certainly the aroma. Yeah, this fender may crack. If I damage it, I damage it. There's nothing I can do other than go get a replacement. My concern is, if I can't get it off here, what makes me think I'm going to be able to get it off the junkyard? So, if I can get it off here, I'm actually going to be quite pleased, and I'll probably just manually fix this. Why is it doing this? Don't like those cracking sounds. Alright, you can stop videotaping until I figure. Alright folks, I got the fender off, but let me explain something. Here, quickly videotape the fender. That's good. Now, I got the fender off. Take a look at the design of the car. Here is where I ran into some trouble. Got it all unfixed. I was having trouble getting it out of here. I thought these two clips here that are kind of like triangle shaped that would basically go into the fender and this lip would catch them, I thought that was the only thing. So I was trying to slide the fender down because it looks like, if you look here, they were here, okay? And it looks like they just needed to slide over here. Well, they do, but there's two 10mm bolts that go right here. I had to pop 4 different body fastener rivets to get this lower body panel to get out of the way enough for me to get to those 2 bolts. So I found that by sheer luck because I couldn't find it anywhere in any documentation that I could find. So to save you the headache, I would suggest pop the panels first, reach down, loosen those 2 bolts first, and especially if you can get those 2 clips out. Basically you got to bend those down with a screwdriver. Get to those 2 first. Then when you unbolt the rest of the fender, it'll go a lot smoother. Different than the 4-door. Rich Pan 06 on YouTube, he does a quarter panel like this rear fender on a 4-door Saturn, and it's different. It comes out a lot easier. So, lesson learned. Save you the headache if you know about these ahead of time. Hey folks, finally got the fender done. You'll see in some upcoming videos the car actually completed with its paint job, but I don't want to show you the whole thing yet. What I do want to show you is where I attached the fender. So pan the camera over here, zoom in as you need. You may need to move around to see some light. I only used Bondo. The crack was like an angle through here, so move down a little bit, son, that way, and angle down the street a little bit, but get an angle. If you can get a good angle here, you might be able to see a little bit of the Bondo mark in here. Is it showing up in the video? Alright.
it only shows up in direct sunlight or at certain angles, but when you're looking at this car straight on, it really doesn't show up. I used Bondo there, and I used Bondo on the inside of this crack up here. I wasn't sure if I could thin it out enough so it would, blend. So I put Bondo on the backside so it wouldn't crack anymore, and the Bondo comes down about this far. So that's what it looks like. I got it hidden. The dark blue paint helps hide it too, but it works pretty good. It doesn't flex. The Bondo doesn't make the fender too rigid, and the epoxy was like $45 for the tubes to fix it. Well, can of Bondo's $10, so I went that route. I think it did well. Thanks.